At my sister's birthday dinner, my dad smirked and said, "All that money we spent on you was a waste." I pulled out my phone, sent him $4, and said, "Debt paid." My uncle laughed. "Next time, don't even show up. You don't belong here." I took a slow bite, glared across the table, and said, "To my uncle, toasting on my dime, until tonight." I went home, canceled every account, froze their cards, and finally slept in silence. "James," Dad said, leaning back in his chair, swirling his whiskey like it was proof of his success. His grin was small, sharp, designed to cut. "All those years of money, school, food, rent, looking at you now, I'd call it a failed investment." The table stilled. Forks froze. Glasses half raised stopped midair. Hannah, glowing in her birthday dress, pressed her lips together like she was hiding a laugh. I pulled my phone out calmly, tapped a few times, and slid it on the table. $4, I said. "Debt paid." Uncle Martin laughed loud, his face red from beer. "Next time, kid, don't even bother showing up. You don't belong here." I cut a piece of steak, slow, unbothered. I raised my glass, locked my eyes on him. "To my uncle, who's been drinking on my dime for years. Until tonight." The air snapped silent. Mom's napkin shook in her hands. Dad's smirk flattened, and then Mom whispered, voice breaking, "James, what did you just do?" "My name's James Callan, 26. I've been the quiet one my whole life, the one who paid bills without asking questions, the one who co-signed loans I couldn't afford, the one who never raised his voice at this table no matter what was thrown at me. Silence was my armor. But silence is also a grave. They don't know what I carry. They don't know the truth I've held back for years. But tonight, they'll learn. Family members introduced. My father, Raymond, 60, cold eyes, sharp tongue. He chooses favorites like he's dealing cards, and I was never the ace. My mother, Elaine, 58, tears always ready. Pretends she's neutral, but her silence has weight. My sister, Hannah, 22, birthday crown in her hair. Smart, spoiled, knows how to make them bend. My uncle Martin, loud, red-faced, the kind of man who confuses cruelty with humor. Me? I sit at the same table, but I've never had a seat here. And yet tonight, one of them will wish they never pushed me into silence. Dad leaned forward, setting his glass down hard. "You know why you'll never be respected, James? Because you give nothing back. You take, you waste, you vanish." Hannah smirked, sipping wine. "He's not wrong." I set my fork down. My voice was low, steady. "Funny. I remember co-signing your student loan, Hannah. The one you forgot to pay." Her smirk slipped. Mom cleared her throat. "James, stop. This is your sister's night." But Dad slipped too, muttering, "We agreed not to bring that up." I tilted my head. "We?" Hannah slammed her glass down. "So what, James? You want me to say thank you? You want me to grovel? You're pathetic." Uncle Martin leaned in, his voice slurred. "She's right. You've been a dead weight since college, always whining, always the disappointment." I stayed calm, eating slowly. My silence made them restless, like I was the only one holding the leash. Then I spoke, clear and measured. "Do you know why silence scares you all? Because it's the one thing I have that you can't twist." The words landed heavy. Dad's face hardened. "What exactly are you implying?" My mind drifted back. Age 19, Dad lost his job. Bills stacked high. I worked 2 jobs, morning shifts at a warehouse, nights at a gas station. My back ached, my fingers cracked from cold. Every paycheck went to rent, to groceries, to keeping the lights on. Hannah in college would call me crying when tuition was due. I wired her money even when it meant I skipped meals. She'd say, "You're a lifesaver, James." But the moment she graduated, the words changed. "You're dragging us down." The smell of burnt coffee at 2 a.m., my hands trembling as I counted bills. I carried all of it. And Mom knew. She always knew. I leaned forward, finally. "Do you want me to say it?" Dad's jaw tightened. Don't you dare. But I did. The house you live in, it's mine. Every mortgage payment came from me. Every card you swipe, mine. Every dinner you eat at, every bill you've dodged, mine. Hannah's face drained. That's not true. I lifted my phone, opened the banking app, turned the screen. You want proof? Here. Mom broke first. Her whisper was soft, but it cut deeper than their shouting. James. You weren't supposed to tell them. The table exploded. Voices clashed. Hannah shouted. Dad's hand hit the table. Uncle Martin cursed. I didn't raise my voice once. I gave you all my silence, I said calmly. Tonight, I give you the truth. Mom's eyes watered. She reached for my hand. You can't just walk away from family. I looked at her hand, then at her. Family doesn't bleed you dry. Family doesn't cheer when you're broken. Uncle Martin slammed his fist. Ungrateful rat. After all I've done, I cut in, my tone flat. I stood, slid my wallet onto the table, left enough cash to cover my meal. Keep the rest, I said. You'll need it. Dad's voice cracked like it hadn't in years. If you walk out that door, don't bother coming back. I almost smiled. You mean if I don't pay, don't come back? Hannah's voice faltered, for once uncertain. James, wait. I paused at the door. You don't want me here. You just want what I carry, and I'm done carrying. That night, I canceled the accounts, froze the cards, shut every door they'd left open through me. The silence in my apartment felt heavy, but not empty. For the first time, it was mine. 3 days later, Hannah texted, I didn't know how much you carried. I'm sorry. I read it again and again, then locked my phone, because forgiveness isn't born in a text. Healing doesn't come from words typed at midnight. It comes when you stop bleeding for people who never once tried to stop the wound. For the first time, I wasn't their scapegoat. I wasn't their wallet. I was just James, and that was finally enough. If you were in my place, would you forgive them, or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. If James's silence and strength touched you, like this story, for more raw, emotional stories of family, betrayal, and healing, subscribe. Share your own story below, because maybe your words will help someone else finally let go.